afternoon, guys. I've just come back from Chelsea Street. I had to pop to the vets to pay off some of the insurance excess for one of Anya's claims. And there was crowds of people going to this stadium in Chelsea Street. I think it's because England are playing cricket there, or there's a big cricket match. And there was lots of people there. Busiest I've seen in a long time. So I chose the wrong day, really, to go and pay off the insurance. So yeah, I'm going out again in about 10 minutes to meet an old school friend. Have a cup of tea, catch up, then I'll come home and I'll start work on this thing. And then maybe something else, we'll see. So catch up with me later, yeah? Hello guys, do you like the headgear? This is my mask for when I'm airbrushing. I've had the airbrush out and I've been painting. Now, I've been airbrushing the parts for the lightsaber. Here's one of them. I'm not massively happy, but I'm going to continue with it. I don't want to spend much time on it. I'm never going to get rid of all the lines from the 3D printing, so I'm just going to continue it. This is a chrome extreme metal paint by AK Interactive. It's very good for a chrome out of an airbrush. That is very good. It's going to need a lot of coat yet, but that's the first few passes. Yeah, it's not bad. What else do we have? We have some pieces in the vise here, just drying away. Got the top section there, and the pummel. Obviously this one's going to be painted black, but I'm painting silver first. They are touch dry, as I said. Straight out the airbrush, things are touch dry, more or less. That again, these need a few passes yet before they. I mean, obviously you can still see the primer underneath. As I said, you're not going to get rid of all those lines, but after a few coats of paint and weathering, they should be fine. I'm not going to use the airbrush on this part here just yet. I'm going to use traditional spray paint on this one, mainly because of its size and because obviously these parts are just quite small, whereas this one here is a little bit bigger and a little bit more complicated. There's lots of ins and outs and shapes, and that could be on forever with the airbrush doing this. Obviously I am going to use the airbrush when I paint it black, but for painting it straight silver first, I'm going to use traditional spray paint. And this piece obviously here is either going to be brass or like a bronze, metallic bronze. I think I'll go for brass. I think it might come out a lot better. So yeah, that's where we are with that at the moment. I know this looks incredibly fetching, but it has to come off. I look an idiot, but I don't care. It protects me when I'm airbrushing. Always remember, when you're using your airbrush, clean it between colours thoroughly and clean it afterwards thoroughly. It might seem a laborious task over and over and over again, but it's worth it in the long run for a much better stream of paint, flow of paint when you're spraying. Clogged airbrush is worth nothing. So always clean it with the best possible cleaner you can get. Because I'm using AK Interactive extreme metal paints, I'm using the extreme cleaner as well. It's a little bit more, but it's worth it because it cleans my airbrush out perfectly. So catch up with me later and see where I'm at. Beautiful sky over outside the back of our home tonight. Really pretty. It's been sunny all day and now it's setting and we're left with that. Gorgeous. And welcome back, guys. I'm very tired today. Yeah, it feels like being a long day as well. So I said I'd update you on the models today. I said I'd go on cracking on painting them. So, and I have. So let's take a look at where we are now. And here's my little, well, one could not call it a workbench, but it does me. So first up, I'm being careful how I handle this because it's touch dry, but I don't want to handle it too much. This is the part of the Blade Runner gun, which is that thing there. It's been primed, sprayed silver, then sprayed gloss black. And that bit there's the underneath the gun. I sprayed that gun metal and I've like buffed it, so part of it's like to show where it's come up silver. And that's where the LEDs go in there, and they create those little holes there. And it sits like this under the main barrel. Now I have some weathering to do to it to match this back end piece here, edging of the edge pieces to show the silver coming through, much like I've done on this one. As you can see there, and just general rubbing on it to show wear and tear. And you can see that piece there matches the barrel and the top receiver. So yeah, I will weather that piece, put the LEDs in, and put the bottom on. That's next, and you'll see that tomorrow, no doubt. Well, maybe not tomorrow, because I'm going to Paula's tomorrow. I'm going to have a break, so probably Saturday. So that's that. Now this is the top emitter piece. This has been sprayed with copious amounts of primer, sanded a lot of times, and now the top coat with the airbrush of polished aluminium, AK Interactive, I believe that is. It still needs loads of coats, obviously, because in the inside there is not fully painted, but it's looking good, and that's going to be heavily weathered. And of course we're getting onto the pummel. Now there's the Graflex piece there. That still needs a lot of painting, and I've been using the chrome paint on that, as there's all the lines. You're never going to get those out. I've tried and tried and tried. You can't get them all out. It's left over from the 3D printing. There's the clear piece there that I did before. There's the pummel. That's sprayed in the same silver. That's that's actually chrome. There we go. It's come up very nice. And this piece here in the middle of these two, which I'm going to spray black. I'm just going to give it a few more coats of the silver, of the chrome, before I do what I do with this. Essentially paint it black, then scrape off some of the pieces, some ends of the black to show the silver coming through. So there we go. 3 projects on the go. But I've also got this LED today, and I'm going to show you this either tomorrow or Saturday. This is a slow pulsing LED. I'll quickly switch it on for you. There we go. Now that is going to go in my TARDIS model, and it should look really nice. And that it's going to. I'm hoping I can get that to match the light signs inside the box, so that they pulse all together at virtually the same rate, or near enough. Fingers crossed. So like I said, I'll either do that tomorrow or Saturday. Probably Saturday, I think you'll see that. And I've also got another TARDIS to show you, but you'll have to wait for that, because I'm not 100% happy with it yet. But when I am, you're going to see it, and you're going to enjoy it. It's the TARDIS, what's called the refit TARDIS, which basically was used towards the end of, it was used all the way towards the end of Hartnell's reign, all the way up to a story called The Seeds of Doom. It was used up until that point. I've worked very hard on it, but recently I've been going back to it, backwards and forwards to it, touching it up here and there, because I've never been totally 100% happy with it, unlike the previous TARDIS you saw me build. So you're going to see where that is now, again, in the next couple of days. So lots coming up. So if you're enjoying these little progress updates on the builds and the models and things, you're going to really enjoy the next few progress updates, the next few vlogs anyway. So that being said, I'm going to Paula's tomorrow, spend the day together. So yeah, it should be a nice little vlog for you. being said, I will see you tomorrow then. Bye, guys.